is Anthony. And I'm going to have different peaks that come out at different points. Then I'm going to go back in when I see space. But all there is, when all this, you start, all the shit that you see out there that you're going through is my resistance. So my resistance comes up in every day. Instead of handling the situation, I handle Anthony. What is it bringing up? What am I noticing? I notice Anthony. Because once you start to see the entity, I agree or disagree, that when you start to observe the entity, notice it non-judgmentally, then you can have a mind without your mind having you. The fucking shit is so powerful. It is so powerful. And we have our wires crossed. We have our wires crossed.
Yeah, I told you this before. There's so many days I fucking drive home and just beat myself up. And start crying.
Yeah. But just notice Charlie doing that. Isn't that interesting? Here I am driving home and I'm crying. Isn't that interesting? So now you're not stuck here. You're at the observer. And as long as you're at the observer, it's giving you perspective. Yeah. So you beat the shit out of yourself. The thing is, beat the shit out of yourself and enjoy it. Because when the monks meditate, they burst out laughing because their mind had a crazy thought and they see how fucking crazy the monkey is. See, when you start observing that, all the energy that you put out, I can see where you're holding. I can see the tears that come through. But all that energy that's trying to get out that you're holding with such force, once you blow that door off, Charlie, you're going to fucking fly. Because the same resistance that you put holding yourself in, once you let that out, whoa. Not only you, all of us. The world is the world is who we are and who we're not. It's a reflection of who we are and who we're not. We're always trying to change the reflection. I changed that since when a pickpocket sees a saint, all he sees is pockets. They only see at the level that they're at. You can't punish them anymore. To the pure, it's pure. When you're pure, the world is pure. Our job is not to get back, not to be right, not to make them wrong. Our job is to get my fucking ass free. Is to break out of this shell over there and be present. The miracle is to dance on this earth, not to walk on water.
Amen.
It is. And we have it, he shouldn't say this and she shouldn't that. We have all these stops but we create them all, and these stops are to stop who's stopping Anthony. So once I start to notice the stops and get out, give a little space, that worked, that was safe. Then you go back in and then you come out a little more, and then you start to dance. And then you start to dance through life. Because before I was always stuck over here. Always stuck. Never knew there was over here. And then you come out and you come, ooh. And you go back. And now it's the rapidity that you go back and forth. And you'll have days where you're just dancing. You're dancing. And you think you're cool and you got it. And then you fuck up, boom, you go right back over here.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? It does. The thing is, enjoy the dance. Because you can't transmit wisdom. You can only observe it. So you have to create the space in yourself and others so they can get it for themselves. Mm-hmm. You can't tell anybody anything. You got to give them the space so they discover it. And when you discover it for yourself, now I know. And it is a game. Once you get into this, there's not much agreement for this game out there because the whole world is on another thinking. There's not much agreement. So you have to be in relationship with people and your world that supports this kind of thinking. Because if you have 10 guys that say this is right and one is this right, majority wins if there's the pull direction. So no matter how cool I think I am, I'm still susceptible to going out there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And to the extent that I think I'm cool, to the extent that I think I'm not. Because if I was there, there'll be no thinking to think that I am or not.
It's all relative.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And we do it all. We create the whole thing. We walk into life. We shit in the corner. We go back out. We walk in. Who the hell shit in the corner? And they become responsible. They're the problem. We're the shit that's shitting, but we don't acknowledge it.
I just look at
and that's not bad, by the way, just to notice that that's amazing, I'm doing that. You start to laugh at it. Sometimes. We still get caught.
We should in the corner.
I look at someone like my father, and everybody loves him. There's not one fucking person I've ever met